Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another edition of TechTard, the hardware review show brought to you by the Department of Inhaled Vapors. Now, the item I want to show you today is the new RX Gen 3. Purchased this a couple of days from various VAPs in Golston High Street, kind of an early birthday present from me. Thought I'd give you a little look, see at it, and see what you think. We'll go for the box and everything first. Got a typical standard picture on the front of the product. Where we go. Around the sides, you've got the company that's actually currently distributing it in the UK Vapor Brands. And on the back, there's a few bits of information. You've got the holographic sticker, shows authentic. Also got the authorization, so you know it's a real one. So you can just scrub that off and put the code in on their site, and that will tell you whether you've got a real or a fake one. Other information we've got on here, it contains one RX Gen 3, one quad QC USB cable, one user manual, and one warning card. Maximum output wattage 300 watts, input voltage DC, direct current of 5 volts. Done by Wismac Electronics Co. And then it's got their physical address on there as well. It's got the colour. Also got the warning signs on here, which I'm glad to see. Which basically means this is an 18+ product. It's not meant for pregnant women. That one's still a bit of a yay or nay ground at the moment. It's got the CE. Do not recycle, because this is a WE product. This is an electronic good. This must be disposed of properly. Get to what we get inside the box. Always do like their boxes. They're always nice and sturdy. Right, there we have the product itself. There we go. Quick little look round on that. Got a lovely big display on this one. I've got the 510, which is spring loaded. And different to their other models, we've now got a battery door which is hinged on the bottom, which I know cannot shut. There we go. Also in the box you'll get a little warning card, and I'm glad they put this in. This is something that really needs to be hammered home to a lot of vapors. Please be careful not to use batteries with torn casing, as it is a safety hazard. So nice to see Wismac putting in a little bit of battery safety information in there for everyone who gets this product. Also, once we take off the doodah and the thingy bob, in the bottom of the box we have the instruction manual and also the data cable, which you can use for recharging and also for updating the unit. I've already updated this one. I've updated it to the version 1.04. From what they were saying in the shop, it's kind of more or less already got that in anyway. But the update does give you a few more things that you can actually put, because you can put logos on this one and all and the like. And there's a few more little files and stuff that you can use to actually put on for your logos. All right, the actual unit itself. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit smaller compared to the other RX 2.3s and all that lot on 200s. So we do a little size comparison there. You can see there is a bit of difference in the height there. So they've basically packed all this into this. Put your batteries in. It's easy enough. Just open the door, and also got to say, I don't think you can just see in there. You can see which way the battery should go in. It is on both ends. It's on this end here and also at the bottom of the mod. So you can see exactly which way the battery should go in, so you don't cock it up basically. But this unit has got reverse polarity protection on it anyway, so that shouldn't matter. Putting batteries in is simple. Just line it up with what it says on the top and on the bottom. They just slot in there. One thing I will say, one thing I have found with just playing around with this, if you've got re-wrapped batteries, If the wrap is a bit on the thicky side, these are not re-wraps. Well, they're E-Fests, we know the re-wraps, but you know what I mean. These fit in and it's very snug. So you get no rattle or anything like that. If you've got a slightly thick wrap on that, sometimes the batteries will get stuck on the way out. And I mean, there is a possibility if they were just on the slightly thick side as well, you could damage the wrap putting them in. And that's, so really use original batteries that are obviously not torn or anything like that, because re-wraps can get a bit tight in there. And then we just put the lid back on and put it back like so. So there you are, you're ready to go. It comes on straight away. That's one thing I don't like. It's not just this mod, it's quite a lot of mods that as soon as you put the batteries in and close the door, the mod actually comes on. I'd rather the mod stayed in idle mode till you actually physically put it on. That's just a little gripe of mine anyway. Other thing I would say, bottom of the door. When that goes on, you'll see, oh, you probably won't see it, you might just see on it. At the front here, yep, that's lovely and flush. However, at the sides, you can just get a fingernail in there. It doesn't quite, the door doesn't quite fit flush. It's not much at all, but it's just a bit of a niggle. Also on the bottom there, you will see you have the vent holes. Got the 3 either side. Also down the side of the mod, you have got vent holes as well. I'm glad they kind of put more in here. Because you can just see the battery through there. So you've got a nice vent hole there, and that also goes for the other side as well. Only little problem I may see with that is if you do get a dribble of juice go down the side, it's going to go straight in there. It's slightly annoying. It's the catch-22. Yes, we want the vent holes there in case something goes wrong. But where they are, there is a very slight possibility that a bit of juice could get into that and into the battery bit. Yeah. As I said, I've got the spring-loaded 510 on top. There was something else I was going to mention. I can't remember. Oh yeah. One thing I will give them credit for, and it's something that since the dawn of time for this company has been a slight, well, it's been more than a slight bugbear than it really does affect my OCD. This doesn't look like the colour is going to come off. It's a very solid colour in this now. Has got a kind of a plasticky feel to it. And I think that the colour was just impregnated probably all the way through that. I have been giving this a good old rub to Mrs. since getting it, and there's no signs of any colour wearing on it. So yeah, that's a big thumbs up from me, because that really did get on my tits, that did. Right, we'll get onto the unit itself. Alright, as normal we have the standard 5 clicks and you're on. And then we've got the unit itself. Got your 2 buttons at the bottom, fire button at the top. A combination of these will get you into the memory, into the actual menus, which when I take it down to the map, I'll go a little bit more in depth on it. Where's my mod? Do you know what? I should have been prepared for this. Aha! There's my dripper. Standard, getting your dripper on, or your tank. Just get it back into power mode. Drop that down a bit. As you can see, it's easy enough to say that's in power mode. As simple as that. And all the information is displayed on there. As you can see your voltage. And that will adjust as you adjust the power. Got the amp of the coil. When you fire, it will show you what amperage you're pulling. And I'm saying got the ohms of the coil. And there's no lag on that at all. As soon as you press that fire button, you've got power to the Atty. There's no ramp up time on that whatsoever. As there shouldn't be, to be fair, over a regulated mod. I'll just have a little bit more of a top up. But from the play I've had so far, I'm enjoying it. It does feel sturdier than the 200s. I never had a chance to play with the 300s. The 510 is absolutely solid. It's working well at the moment. I'm now going to go down to the mat, so I'll just take you through some of the menu systems on here. And after that, also go through the temperature control on this unit, because there's a couple of nice little things that they've got on there, and I'll take you through all the other menus. See you in a bit. Hello, welcome back. Right, now I'm just going to quickly take you through the menu system that we've got with this device this time. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Powers the mod on. Powers the mod off, as per standard. Now, this has got a few other things you can do while the unit is switched off. If you press both the up, the plus and minus, you can flip the screen round. I can't quite see a point of this one, but you can do it if you want to. Now, if you press the fire button plus the minus, it will come up with that. A feature that you always got on their things anyway. So you can see the actual state of all 3 batteries while the unit is off. And also if you hold down the fire button plus the right one, it will get you into the temperature control settings, and you can set them through there. That will put that up and down, and you click OK. Then you press this up again, that will cycle through them. Press OK on the one you want, then you can adjust it. Then you hold down the fire button plus the right button again. That should take you out of it. It should take you out of it. There you go. Hold down the fire button, and that will take you out of that memory. Now, when we turn it on, if you hold down both of these bottom buttons, both the plus and minus, it will key lock you. That means the only button now active will be the fire button, but you cannot accidentally change your settings. This is particularly handy with this mod, because I find when I hold it in my hand, a finger goes across these 2 buttons. So if you get to a setting that you're particularly happy with, I'd lock your key off, so you don't accidentally adjust that while you're actually doing something. And also just to simply get it off that again, hold these 2 down, and that unlocks it. Easy as that. Now if you hold down the fire button plus the left button, stealth mode. That means when you fire now, the screen doesn't come on. And if you hold it down again, stealth off. Now the other thing it's got on here, I'll have to show you this when I put a temp control on here, because there's more to do with that. You can do one thing when you haven't got a temp control on. Right. Now with this one, when you go onto the logo menu, let go of the fire button first. Okay. Oh, actually it does come up. That's handy. Right. Now pressing the right button will switch you between the preheat, which is mainly for the temp control, and whether you want the logo on or off. Now just pick that. Just press the left button, and that will flick you between there. Then right button will flick you onto the other menu, and then of course you can press the up and down. And if you press the fire button, that will switch you between the 2. You can have a pre-warm of up to 2 seconds, and obviously with that you just adjust the power of how you want the pre-warm to work. And if you hold the right button plus the fire button down again, that will take you back to there. And that's basically it. One thing I do like on here is also at the bottom you can see the state of all 3 battery cells that you've got in your unit at any given time. And that is basically it on the menu. It's a very good. It's an easy to get into menu screen. Plus, it gives you a few areas, especially when you're into temp control, where you can play around. Also, the other thing on the other menu on here, as with all Wismacs, you press it 3 times. You'll see that the power bit starts to flick. Press the right button. You can go between the options. Like say I want to go on the power, then I'll press the left one. I want to adjust. Adjust the bottom one. If you can just see on there. So you can either have puffs, duration, or what amps you're pulling on each toke. I keep it on amps, so I just find that one a little bit more helpful. With the temp mode, when you go into that, you can pick what wire, and press the left button again. What power you want to use. Maybe you want to lock the coil resistance in, and then the bottom one again. And so I'm on power mode at the moment, so actually if I come out of there, thank you, and go back to power, and then click the top button for OK. Right. I'm going to go back up top now just to show you what it's like with a temp coil in there. Hello. Right, now I'm just going to take you through the temp control part of this unit. Right, I'll just take this one off, obviously. Right, so here we go. I've got my temp coil in here in this tank. Alright, so I've now gone into the menu. I want that, so I press that button there. Now I press the right one again to get on to nickel, which this one is. Press stop button to OK. Right. Now on the screen from that point onwards, I've got this set for 280 at the moment, so it keeps it at that temp. Once it gets to that temp, you'll notice the power will shut off until the coil cools down to the temperature that you set it to again, and then the power will kick in again, just to keep it at that temperature. Just to show you, I'm going to take this down. Take it down to 250. So here we go. So if we're going to press this, there we go, protect. So it's hit 250, it will drop down. You can physically feel it cut out to keep it at that thing. All of a sudden, it will just do it until that temperature drops to that level. As soon as it hits the level that you set it for, it will say protect. As soon as it gets like 1 degree over that, it will stop until it gets to a safe level again, and then you'll get power to boost it back to the temperature that you put out. Not generally a big fan of temp control, or never have been. I could see it good with drippers, just to prevent a dry hit, or just to give you. But you should have a warning with that anyway. You can't go, that's getting a bit, and then. But with tanks where I can see in, I can't personally see a point to it because I can see in. And I say now I'm practically dry in there, and yeah, it's hitting it straight away. I don't know if you can hear that, but so at least you shouldn't burn your coils out, because the temp control should actually kick in. Final fault, I've got to admit, I've been harsh on Wismac in the past. I think their quality control in the past has been a bit, well, pony to put it politely. I mean, the RX23 with the dodgy soldering, colour coming off practically everything they've produced, hence why that one got sanded down, just to take it all off. I thought it looked better in silver than splodgy. The 510 does feel improved on this. Over time, I mean, hopefully I won't be coming back in a month going, oh my god, this is all gone to back. But at the moment, it does feel a more substantial 510 in it. I do like their menu system. I've always liked the board in a Wismac. Only thing I'm slightly concerned about is how long that hinge is going to last, because anything that's got a hinge in it over time will go, and that does concern me a tad. But then I look at the other side of it and go, I paid 50 quid for that. For a 300 watt. 300 watt I do question, mind you. One, I generally don't know anyone who's going to be vaping at 300 watts, so I can't see the point of it. It just seems a bit of a dick swing competition on the old watch again. Might as well just kept it at 250. 250 I accept for a free battery mod. 300 is now getting into, hang on, 100 watts a battery cell. Yeah, I'm not being funny. Even with those 80 or 75 to 80 watt ones, you're not going to get much out if you're pumping that at 80 watts out of one cell. You're going to be getting about 7 or 8 puffs, and then your battery's going, ha, I hurt, and I'm now going to limit you severely. So I can't see the point of them going, it's 300 watts. I'd rather you told me that was 200 watts, but the battery life is phenomenal. That's kind of the way I'd like to see these companies start advertising. Because I think a lot of people are now getting put off, going, oh my god, it can do 400 watts. Are you ever going to use it? Once, and that would be the last time you ever do it as well. So I can't quite see the point in the advertising on that one. But it feels sturdy. It looks lovely, I've got to admit. The screen is a lovely and large. Only problem I would find with the screen, I found this when I went out the other day on a bright sunny day, you can't really read the screen. If there could be a software update and a firmware update, which actually allows you to adjust the brightness of the screen, I would love that a lot. The Aspire NX did it. It would come through as an update, and it was brilliant because you could actually read the screen in bright sunshine. That's one thing I would like to see. As I say, I'll come back to you about how long that hinge lasts. That's my only concern. I've got to admit, I was quite a fan of the magnetic door. I don't know whether they could have done this with how they've packed everything in. That's probably why they've gone for this way. I love the size. I love the weight. It feels lovely in hand. But like I'm saying about locking your keys, that's me vaping. That's my finger across the plus and the minus. So, yeah, mate, lock your keys. Just that's also something I've got to show you. When you put a new one on, it will ask you whether it's the new coil or the old coil. Do that when your Atty is cold. Do not do it after having a quick burst, because obviously the reading's going to be wrong and it's going to cock up the figures and its calculations as it does. Always do a cold reading on the Atty. Same call. But yeah, I've got to admit, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. It looks like Jabo actually listened to a few things on the colour. It does feel a more sturdy unit. It really does. I always love the fact that all the information is there that you need. I'm going to leave that there. This is going to become an all-dayer for me now. To be fair, the other Wismacs have, but then after a month or 2 months, or sometimes, well, I mean, this one's lasted well, even though it's starting to get on the... But it does feel a lot sturdier. It does feel better made. So I'm just hoping that this is a turning point for Wismac, and if this is the quality so far that I'm feeling, long may it continue. So, all that leaves me to do now is, on behalf of myself, Darren Stone, head of the Department of Inhaled Vapours, to wish you all a very good day, and I shall see you soon with some more reviews. Take care, people.